Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Welcome to Sunday morning and a Sunday quiet meditation. Life can feel a bit like a whirlwind, right? We chase deadlines, we manage relationships, navigate an ever-changing world. It's easy to get caught up in the noise and forget to take a breath, let alone reflect on how far we've come. Anami, good morning. Sunmari, good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. But amid the chaos, silence offers a powerful tool for personal growth. In the story of the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse, there isn't much mention of silence specifically, yet its pages whisper opportunities for quiet reflection. Today we embark on a silent meditation using the story's wisdom to ponder our own journeys. So here are a few thoughts from the book. We have such a long way to go, sighed the boy. And just to remind you, the book starts with a boy being lost, and three animals trying to help him find his way back home. We have such a long way to go, said the boy. Yes, but look at how far we've come, said the horse. One day, you'll look back and see how hard it was, and how brave you were, said the horse. Sometimes, said the horse. Sometimes what? Asked the boy. Sometimes just getting up and carrying on is brave and magnificent. What else do you think? Asked the boy. I think, said the horse, we are doing better than we think. Take a moment now during this meditation or later on today to take a pen and paper and write down a few notes. Here's a few questions that I'll send in the email so you can read through them again later on. But now in our silent meditation, perhaps they'll come back to your mind and you can ponder them while we have some silence. The first question is, what are some of the things that you have had to overcome? What are some of the things that you have had to overcome? You have made it through so many tough times in the past. Without comparing your life to anyone else's, remind yourself of how far you have come. The next question. There have been times when just getting up out of bed was an act of courage. Find an example from your past experience when it took all the strength you had just to survive the day. Remind yourself that you did it. You are indeed brave and magnificent, just like the horse said. You are doing better than you think. Sometimes it can be really hard to see progress, but you've been doing the work, you've been taking tiny steps, I promise. Find specific examples of some of the small steps that you have been taking. It could be a new response to an old pattern. It could be the tiniest improvement in nutrition or exercise. It could be kinder and gentler with yourself in the face of your own failings, or just seeing things in a different way than before. I think that I might interrupt today's silent meditation with these questions, just to give your brain something to ponder on while we sit in silence. The baby steps are slow, but they add up. And at some point, you'll be looking back and seeing with clarity how brave you were and just how far you've come. So if you're ready, let's slip away on today's silent journey together. You can close your eyes, and here we go. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. As I've just mentioned, today's silent meditation, I'll interrupt with these 3 questions or 3 thoughts to give you something specific to ponder while you sit in silence. So while you continue your own full body breathing in silence, here is the first question. What are some of the things that you have had to overcome? You have made it through so many tough times in the past. Without comparing your life to anyone else's, remind yourself of how far you have come. What are some of the things that you have had to overcome? I'll check in with you at the end of this phase. Use the last few breaths of this phase to help your body stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of the journey. Roll out your neck muscles, your shoulder muscles, stretch out your back muscles, and I'll check in with you right at the end of this phase. Take a deep breath in. Roll out your shoulder muscles. My own pattern kicked in and took over, and now we're stretching out together. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to do that right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. We'll take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. today's silent meditation, I have a few thoughts for you to reflect on while we sit in silence. We'll take our next big breath, and then we'll bring the second question. Take your next big breath. There have been times when just getting up out of bed was an act of courage. This thought today comes from the book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. But my favorite example of this thought comes from Seneca. He was a Roman senator, and at some point the richest man in Rome. Very powerful figure. And the quote from Seneca I love the most is this acknowledgement in his words, this powerful man. In his words, sometimes just getting out of bed is an act of courage. Find examples from your past experience when it took all the strength you had just to survive the day. Remind yourself that you did it. And just like the horse said, you are brave and magnificent. There's one more thought to ponder on. I'll give it a couple of minutes before I share the last one. But right now, as you take your next big breath, find an example from your past experience when it took all the strength you had just to survive the day. And maybe you have multiple examples. Remind yourself that you did it, that you are brave, that you are magnificent. Take your next big breath. I want to read to you the last thought to ponder on as we sit in silence. This thought comes also from what we read this morning. And basically these are the words of the horse again. You are doing better than you think. Sometimes it can really be hard to see the progress. But you've been doing the work, and you have been taking baby steps, I promise. Find specific examples of some of the small steps that you have been taking. It could be a new response to an old pattern. It could be the tiniest improvement in nutrition or exercise. It could be being kinder and gentler with yourself. Or perhaps just seeing things in a different way than you saw them before. These are all small steps. We're still in the breath holding phase. And while we take the last few breaths to hold in this phase, find specific examples of some of the small steps that you have been taking. Take your next big breath. take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a long, slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, invite softness to settle in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. And I'll read to you one more time these really beautiful words from the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. "We have such a long way to go," sighed the boy. "Yes, but look how far we've come," said the horse. "One day you'll look back and see how hard it was and how brave you were," said the horse. "Sometimes," said the horse. "Sometimes what?" asked the boy. "Sometimes just getting up and carrying on is brave and magnificent," said the horse. "What else do you think?" asked the boy. "I think," said the horse, "we are doing better than we think." The baby steps are slow, but they do add up. And at some point you'll be looking back and seeing with clarity just how brave you were and just how far you have come. We have about 2 minutes of silence left. I'll check in with you at the end of this. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this moment to look back and reflect on my own journey. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this reminder from the horse and also from Seneca that sometimes just getting out of bed is an act of courage, is indeed brave and magnificent. Take a deep breath in. Thank you to you for every moment where, while it felt completely impossible, you did drag yourself out of bed. And even if you took only small steps that day, I want to remind you that you are brave and magnificent. Take a deep breath in. I want to express gratitude again for you. For you finding your way to being kinder to yourself. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being a part of today's journey. I think we've often been given the wrong picture of what our journeys should look like. When we were babies, we understood exactly, in a very subconscious way, I'm sure, but we understood exactly what growth looks like. It looks like stumbling and falling a lot. We didn't take our first steps on strong legs. We didn't say our first words perfectly. We didn't get onto a bike and ride perfectly the first time. But then at some point we got confused, and that's because of how we were taught. The messages we got made us feel like the first step has to be a strong one, followed by only strong steps after that. And the truth is, the way our brains learned when we were babies is still the way our brains learn today, with a lot of stumbling. And while we zoom in, it doesn't look like we're growing much. It takes us to take a step back to realize how much growth there actually is. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you, Anami. Thank you, Charlene. Good morning, Grania. Happy Sunday to you. Wishing you all a beautiful day. Hope you have a bit of rest today. Hope you work a bit of fun into your day too. And I'll see you right here tomorrow, and we'll dive off into the week together. Lots of love to you all. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.